All right, depending on when you're watching this, it's Friday the 13th, or it's not. So I thought I would do something a little bit different, and I would tell a story that connects to Friday the 13th. And how Freddy vs. Jason cost me my first real girlfriend. So I grew up, I'm 40, I'm gonna be 42, and that's pretty dope. I grew up in this perfect era of renting movies at the mom and pop video shop. It was a place you could see boobs, I was hard. And then my aunt took me to see Jason Goes to Hell in the theater when I was in 5th grade. Don't worry, this preamble's going somewhere. At the end of Jason Goes to Hell, Freddy's glove comes up and grabs Jason's mask, pulls it down to hell. And it was what if Freddy versus Jason fight? You know, who would win that? And all that shit. Oh yeah. We know the story of where Freddy versus Jason came from. Now let's talk about Newt's love life, okay? So, and this is the second Friday the 13th themed review where I'm telling a story about a personal story that then people on Reddit can go, he has mental issues. Why would he talk about those things? That's so fucking weird. My parents basically split up because of Friday the 13th, the TV show. What are you gonna do now? It's like, it was 1987. What the fuck you want me to do? I worked at the Marlton 8 movie theater. But I was introduced to Amber, who worked at the Fashion Bug. So we kind of hit it off. So we kind of bonded over movies. And so she went away to college. And she was a very different person. When she came back, she was like, weed was priority number one, which is fine, whatever. And so we were hanging out a lot. And she became like my first like real girlfriend, and what a waste. So we weren't off to a great start. We didn't really have a lot in common except for the fact that, none of my semen jokes were ever taken. But I digress. Freddy vs. Jason was coming out. And I guess he was still processing 9/11 because you can't talk like that anymore. I bought tickets. I was like, dude, come on, please go with me. I do everything you want to do. I pick you up from work. I take you here. I take you there. We're waiting for your weed. And she's like, no, I'm not going. And then it turned into, well, if you go, we're breaking up. And it's so fucking stupid to be arguing about going to the movies to see Freddy versus Jason. And if I like scream or whatever, look, I know that I'm ugly and I should just be happy that anyone wants to touch me or be around me. I'm not going to be, we're not, America doesn't negotiate with terrorists. Really? And she said, if you go, that's it, we're done. So I enjoyed Freddy vs. Jason. I left the movie pretty happy with it. We broke up. Really? So Freddy vs. Jason versus Newt versus Amber, and it's weird when the Destiny's Child chick says faggot. But then we broke up. I met the redhead, and she and I were together. Again, I'm gonna be 42 years old, and I'm just happy that any woman will be around me. When she's a mom now. I'm the nerd. So that is how Freddy vs. Jason broke up my first real relationship. I probably could have sat it out and gone to see it another night and been a good boyfriend, but I was plus I had waited. I'd known Freddy and Jason longer than I knew her, you know? So that's it. That's my Friday the 13th story. So yeah, that's it. Did you ever have a situation like this? Yeah, your real Sophie's Choice kind of moment? I don't know, man. All right, happy Friday the 13th. I'm gonna stop rambling.
Life's fucked up, okay, but I'm fired up as I make my way. Life is fucked up.